Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, and welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie, and it's Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
What better way to celebrate than to have family here?
Yes. In the spirit of the giving.
Yeah.
What is it that we're giving you today, Michael?
Apparently a lot of notes and a chance to speak on some webcomics that I've now read.
I'm so proud of you.
Some previous assignments that we gave you.
Yeah, a few of them.
I'm so excited.
Did you start with Love Bites?
No.
Well, we at least tried.
Yeah.
What did you start with?
So I started with the Monster Hunter Wilds First Hunt webcomic.
Okay.
Because I really like Monster Hunter.
Good choice.
I thought it was really funny. I thought having the big shoulder was really a good bit. I thought that everybody having unique weapons. Hatsune Miku made an appearance. That was pretty good.
I'm assuming that's a monster.
No, Hatsune Miku, the virtual singer girl.
Oh.
Miku, ooh, ooh, the blue hair one.
Why do they have big shoulders?
No, the main character has a big shoulder because that's his weapon. His shoulder is his weapon.
Oh, okay.
Alex has not read this one.
Alex, you should read this one. It's like two.
Well, tell me why.
It's like 2 pages long. It's really silly. You don't like Monster Hunter at all.
I mean, I don't know anything about it enough to say that I don't like it or that I like it.
Hey, do you want to play Monster Hunter?
No.
Bitch.
Okay, fine, I'll play.
No, it was really fun. It had good art. It was a really funny slice of, what Monster Hunter feels like. You fight this big monster you're not supposed to, and you're like, oh, wow, that was really easy. Then you go against monsters like half the weight class, and like, this is really difficult. He fights a Ray Dow first and goes through it easily. He fights a Doshagama afterwards and has a tough time. And I'll be honest, been there, done that.
So it's relatable.
Very relatable in a lot of ways. Really made me realize how much we need more Monster Hunter stuff. Like, I don't know, if they did a live action Monster Hunter movie, that'd be pretty cool. If they did a live action Monster Hunter documentary, that'd be even cooler.
Here's the thing I'm going to say. You think that now.
They've done a live action Monster Hunter movie, Annie.
What?
It was really bad.
Well, then why are you
Why do you want
asking?
another one?
Because I would... Because a second chance doesn't mean it's going to be bad the second time.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah. The Attack on Titan live action movie was interesting.
Okay. That doesn't instill confidence.
It wasn't bad, but it's my least favorite version of Attack on Titan.
They did a live action one that sucked and was directed by the guy who does all the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah.
And then they did a animated one, and it was pretty decent for what it was. I really enjoyed it, at least. I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but we need more Monster Hunter content. Capcom could even just translate the fucking art books for Iceborne and Rise, and I'd be happy. Not that means anything to either of you guys, but it's been like 5 years. Why aren't they translated?
You know what? We do get it, because we've been waiting years for The Fallen Duke and the Knight Who Hated Him.
And for more of Honor Off to come into print.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean,
Relatable.
we all know. Relatable.
We're
Look
shaking
at that.
hands.
It's a 3-way shake.
I don't know why we end up doing this every time you're on the podcast, Michael, but it's probably not something we should continue to do. The one thing I'll also note is, unfortunately, not every series can be like Cherry Magic, where every form of it is perfect.
Yeah.
The manga, perfect. The anime, also perfect. The live action, also perfect. It's 3 for 3.
I don't have any idea what that is.
Well, let me tell you.
Hold on, I haven't finished my notes about the webcomics I read.
We'll get to it. Cherry Magic. A beautiful boy love story about a shy office worker who turns 30 years old, and because he's still a virgin, he gains magical powers, and he can hear... You okay?
Wizard status.
No, literally. He becomes a wizard and he can read minds, and he finds out that his really outgoing coworker, who's like super fly with all the ladies, has the biggest crush on him.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of about how, like, he's super shy, but the ability that he gains kind of helps him to form the relationship. And then it's kind of about, like, how do you tell somebody that you've been able to read their mind the entire time? And that's kind of creepy.
I have the first 7 volumes if you want to read it.
I really appreciate the offer. I've got so much other stuff going on right now.
I did put 2 volumes of something right in front of you that I know it's looking at you, and you're looking back.
There are a lot of hot men on this side of the cover. I don't want to look at the other side again.
DFI is a beautiful creation. Also, for a fun fact for everybody, that is Dick Fight Island, but on social media you can't call it that. So people call it Richard Fight Island. And I almost like that better.
I do too.
Well, anyways, you can
pretty
go
good.
back to telling us about what comics you read.
After that, I read, and this, by after that, I mean I read like a quarter of this yesterday and the rest of it this morning. I read all of Godzilla Unnatural Disasters on Webtoon.
Wonderful.
I took a lot of notes. I'm not really sure how to take notes on webcomics because...
Well, you're going to find out when you read ours.
Yeah, I guess I am. I have a feeling...
We're professionals.
I have a feeling we take very different notes.
Really?
Yes.
I can't wait for you to read our notes.
Some initial thoughts. I can't believe that the orca is something that we kept from the 2014, or not 2014, from Godzilla King of the Monsters by Hollywood, which is the thing where they play the noise to upset or dissuade or affect the Titan's mood in any ways. Because one of the first freaking things from Godzilla Natural Disasters, which is one of the runs within the Unnatural Disasters head, is about that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of that. It's not that I'm not a fan. I think it's really cool as an idea, but they could do more with it. They could do less with it. I don't know. Meh.
I feel like you should write Godzilla webcomics.
No.
Who knows more than Michael?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
No. A lot of people.
We're your number 1 fan.
Oh.
Us as a unit.
Collectively,
Yeah.
we share it half of the title. We're
Thank
half
you.
of your favorite fan.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.
Good.
It doesn't really. So, some other thoughts. I've seen it in like a lot of the comics when I see clips from, or like pastings from the comics, whatever you want to call it. They use scree-yonk as an onomatopoeia for Godzilla's roar.
I'm sorry. Scream. Can you use that in a sentence?
SKREEONK. For Godzilla's roar. Have you ever heard Godzilla's roar?
No.
Can you do it for us?
No.
Please.
Especially not while I'm so
We're
sick.
your number 1 fan. We have to hear it.
Voice bad.
Aw.
However, in my opinion, as an onomatopoeia, that works better for Anguirus. They use Gaol for the onomatopoeia for Anguirus, which is Gaaaooooo. And that's a bad onomatopoeia for Anguirus.
I would just say, growl.
Can I just play like Godzilla roars from my phone? Would that help?
Is it
Yeah.
copyrighted?
I don't know. If you guys get copyright strike, you'll know.
That's true.
Does that only happen if you're being paid, though? Because we're not being paid.
Does that only happen if people actually listen to you? Because that's probably not happening either.
We get copyright infringement. We're like, oh my god, you're a fan.
Someone listened.
Okay, so this is the Godzilla roar.
Okay, I'm just gonna like lean on the side of the creator here. What did you want them to write?
Scree-yonk it doesn't have an S at the start. You know?
I think the G didn't.
Well, no, that's not for Godzilla. That's for Anguirus. I think if you did a G at the start of Scree-yonk and did like maybe a Gaeonk, that might be better. No, there's no S in there. Anyways, this is how Anguirus sounds.
Okay.
Oh. That.
Sounds like an electric guitar.
But do you think GAO is a better? Anyways, I digress. I have a lot of feelings about onomatopoeias for Godzilla.
Do you
Let's fucking hear it. Bring it on. Come on. So I'm just gonna keep talking.
Do you have a lot of
I tried not to talk too much about the onomatopoeias that I have feelings about. Though in my notes, I did follow up the Gao is a bad onomatopoeia for Anguirus with just Godzilla onomatopoeias might just be bad, ?
I'm not gonna lie. I think you have a point.
Thank you.
I think maybe just don't write down anything other than roar.
Well,
Every monster says roar.
You'd be writing a lot of roar for a lot of different monsters.
It is boring.
It is good to differentiate. Like,
Okay.
I'm glad they have different onomatopoeias for different monsters. You know, like that is important because you do need the differentiation because all of them are going to be roaring.
It's just the onomatopoeias they chose were wrong.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let's see some other notes. It was shitty of them to call out Anguirus losing all the time. He's just kickable size for literally every other kaiju. Not his fucking fault.
So they're just picking on the small fry.
Yeah. I didn't like the Destroya episode. It was really rushed. Like 4 panels in, they're like, here's a big confession moment. Motherfucker. Why? I didn't like the Rodan episode because why the fuck are they so caught up about this dude? Like this dude's son is
Did you like this at all?
Hold on. We haven't gotten to that part. The last 2 episodes the last 3 episodes, I guess, that I was pretty cool with. There's one about a psychic boy named Tristan who's formed a psychic bond with a kaiju named Titanosaur. At the end of the comic, he's abducted by the simian aliens, and they're like, we're going to use him to save our own planet and use his, like, fear of loss of his family and stuff. And I really liked that. It was only 2 episodes in Webtoon, but I really enjoyed it, and it was very upsetting that it cut off right then because I would actually like more of that. I was talking about it with Emily in the car, and I started talking about how they're using his fear of loss of his family and his abandonment issues and how he was taken to the school and his fear there. And I was like, it really reminds me of Anakin in Star Wars. And I started talking about Star Wars. And I have to stop now or else I'll get really into my Anakin stuff, who I really like as a character and has got like a lot of important things.
Turned them against me. I know that part.
You've done that yourself. No, it's like, I don't know. That was a really well-written episode, and it had a good, like, rise and fall, and I want more of it, and there's not more of it. The only big notes I wrote about the Hedorah episode is Hedora's eyes were intentionally made to look like female reproductive organs. I'm saying those.
That's a choice.
Well, yeah.
Do you have...
Do you have picture proof?
I need to see this.
We'll put it in some elevator music or something.
Hedorah is the giant smog monster there.
It kind of looks like tentacles. Not the eyes, but the smog.
Well, fuck yeah, because he's a pollution tentacle monster.
Okay.
That's the comic version. Let me pull up the actual monster.
Okay.
I don't see
I
it.
don't either.
Here's the actual Tokatsu suit.
Now, here's the thing. I think the comic version did a really good job.
I do too.
But you don't get that many folds in the comic.
Why'd you say it that way?
The folds are important. Anyways,
Like to the story? Or
they had
to you
a-
personally?
they had a typo where they said politing instead of piloting.
There are a decent amount of typos in pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's been a lot more recently, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
They have a really good take on Godzilla in the next episode. He's just trying to live. We keep attacking him. Why should we be trying to kill him for just trying to live? I enjoyed that episode. Godzilla in Hell. How much time do I have to talk?
Like 3 more minutes.
I will save my thoughts on Godzilla in Hell and some of the other stuff I read until another time and tell you about this other webcomic I read. So I read this one about a fucking vampire and this stupid ass werewolf. 37 fucking episodes of Love Bites today.
We did it. We can die happy.
Yay! Thoughts?
Marcella is perfect and deserves a lot better friend than Mason Kane. Mason Kane is a really good name for a fucking... is a really good vampire name. Callisto's a bitch all the time.
That's their last name. All of the Callistos are bitches.
Well, the dad seems decent. Cedric's an asshole. I can't remember the main Callisto's.
The cousin.
Kieran. The cousin's pretty cool. By the way, so you've read it. Have you read it?
No.
The central theme of Macbeth, they both have fucking wrong, and it pissed me off enough that I have an entire paragraph in my notes where I'm talking about Macbeth. The central theme is not that ambition corrupts or that power corrupts. The central theme is having a girl boss, a bitch spoiled wife is bad for everybody.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause you right there. When did they talk about Macbeth?
That's what they're doing the group project on. They have to write about Macbeth.
That's a blip in the radar.
And it pissed me off that much.
I think that's like one scene in one episode, and that's it.
Yeah. The central theme of Macbeth is that corruption corrupts. His wife is corrupted, and she spreads her corruption onto him. Macbeth is, from the start, a decent guy who's just given a prophecy. He's like, hey, we're going to do this. And his wife is like, you have to kill to get there. He's like, but they said I don't. And she goes, oh, no, dumbass. You have to kill. And she's a bitch. I fucking hate Macbeth. Lady Macbeth is the central antagonist to that story. Macbeth is a dog on a leash. I fucking love Macbeth.
Is Mason Kane the werewolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he play Macbeth by chance?
No.
No, it's,
Dog on a
it's a
leash?
report.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're writing a report on it. Marcella is perfect, and I'm
I
sorry.
do love her.
I'm sorry her best friend is a disaster.
He's struggling real hard with all of that.
There's a scene where they're pouring blood out of a Brita filter. That was really funny. They have blood Capri Suns.
Yeah,
That's
those
really
are my
funny.
favorite. Yeah.
The locker room kiss, valid as fuck.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Are the notes that Alex made last time making more sense?
I
to
don't
you?
remember Alex's notes from last time. One of my notes is just this and that. The entire, like every fucking 10 minutes with Cedric, it just
Yeah.
and fucking pick a word, dude. The writing
So
is
you don't like his onomatopoeia either?
the writing isn't bad. It is very fanficky. That's because it's from a Wattpad story. That makes perfect sense.
I do love that Cedric is also a raven. Or a crow.
He's one of them.
You're so particular about onomatopoeias, and you're like, nah, he's a bird of some kind.
Oh, when he says hurt me then, yeah, I'd say that if I was looking at a hot fucking vampire. She was like, I'm scared I'm going to hurt you. Yeah, dude, do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
See, so you're feeling the accuracy here.
Yeah.
I wrote a note. I could do a whole bit about the alpha complex.
Oh, please do.
So people have personality disorders, right? Like that's just, people are narcissistic. People have borderline and bipolar and other mood disorders and personality disorders. And you can be narcissistic. You can just have that as a disorder. You can have wires crossed in your brain that tell you to put you as uno number one and forget everybody else. Mm-hmm. And an important thing to remember is that people have that and work against that every day. They spend their lives struggling to move past just being narcissistic. And it sucks for them. Mm-hmm. But you have to remember they're people and they're struggling and they're trying. And though I hate to always be the kind of guy to say these words exactly, they're sick and they're trying to get better even if they cannot necessarily be 100% better. They can never be necessarily 0% narcissistic. They can just work on it and work to not be it. And the alpha complex is, I doubt intentionally, maybe somewhat intentionally, a really interesting parallel for struggles of mental health in that vein. Also, the alpha complex is based on really bad data from several wolves in isolation, and not the alpha omega pack structure is completely invalid by modern biologists.
Not according to Omegaverse.
I did specifically put in here alpha complex, super dumb, and that dumbness, hidden genius, or some shit. I don't know. Omegaverse isn't my cup of tea. Giving the someone the I'm a dick genetically scapegoat does improve the I don't want to be a dick, I think.
But I think, like, he's, you know, because he's just, like you said, with the whole mental health thing, he's just now experiencing this for the first time. So, like, he's got to figure out what's wrong. He's got to figure out how to deal with it. And then he's got to figure out how to, like, move forward.
No, it's a really, like, I thought it was really interesting as a thing. And interested to see more about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you read this.
Gonna continue reading it?
I probably will have to if I want to continue having conversations. If I want to keep being invited on this podcast, I have to contribute something.
Does that mean you want to keep being invited to the podcast?
I have so much fun.
Oh, we're fun! Look at us!
I was kind of impressed by the Halloween fan service. I liked their outfits. That was fun.
Yeah.
But it's not like slutty, but like every guy that goes to
I'm not in the know, so what is this fan service?
They did like Disney pairings, and the girls, they're just like a little skimpy, but like not too skimpy.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys are like in the tunics with like the tied tops, so they're untied a little bit. And it's like every guy that's ever put one of those on, yeah, he's like, I can get it in this. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can picture it now. Facts.
Maria commenting on the sexual tension. Real as fuck for that. Go off, queen. Get your boyfie laid. Global warming, super real in this universe, by the way. 10 years ago, his mom is killed on that night and it's snowy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here they are. It's just fall. They're in like light jackets and jeans. Not a piece of snow on the ground at any episode. But it starts off on the anniversary and they go on like a month and a half later.
Yeah.
What? They need to be doing something about that in this universe. The fact we aren't seeing like we've passed the breaking point on every news station in that fucking.
Well, maybe it is. It's just not on one that they're watching.
Oh no, I clicked out of my notes.
No.
Maria didn't break up with him and started dating his cousin immediately. Rude as fuck. At least like make that communication.
It's true.
There was only one bed and they were tent mates. Very funny.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you read this. Thank you.
I gave up talking about more Godzilla stuff to talk about that.
I appreciate it.
I knew that he read it,
Oh my gosh.
and I kept it a secret just for you.
How did you do that?
Because
Well,
I'm magic.
Actually, she kept asking me to see if I'd say it before the podcast. And
I wanted to see how secretive he was trying to be.
Oh my gosh, no, that was shocking.
you said, did you start off with Love Bites? And I almost said, no, I ended with it. But I didn't end with that. I caught up on Black Mass after that.
Okay.
By the way, read Godzilla Black Mass. It's really freaking good. Metal Neck rocks. Steel
Now I
Neck
feel like
Sun.
I do need to read at least one Godzilla one since you read Love Bites. That's an intense look.
You should read episodes 10 through 20 of Godzilla Unnatural Disasters. That's Godzilla in Hell, and it's really good.
You're going to have to text that to me.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Speaking of writing things down.
We have previously taken notes on stories that we've talked about, and we're going to give you those notes, and you're going to tell us what stories they are. So getting started.
Oh, fuck, it's in cursive. It's in script, not cursive, slightly
Can you
different.
not read cursive?
No!
Really?
I very struggle with reading cursive.
Oh,
Ian and Lysethia having cute moments. Please, I have a family on the mountain. She's taking care of him. Wow. Sick trope.
so tell us anything about that story.
There are two characters named Ian and Lysethia. I assume Lysithia's female.
She is.
Okay. They have cute moments together.
Eventually.
One of them gets robbed or something. I don't fucking know. Please, I have a family. There are not a lot of situations in which you say that. So they're taking a trip, probably a hike of some sort overnight or something on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
He gets hurt, obviously, or he falls ill. She's taking care of him. That's why it's the sick trope.
That's, pretty good.
You know what? Yeah, actually not bad.
Yeah.
Bravo, Michael.
Yeah, I picked out like this little bit and I picked only that. I have no fucking clue about the rest of this. It could be about two fucking badgers for all I know, man.
If only. It is called Winter Wolf, and it's about a noble woman who is trying to run away because there was a revolt and everyone's trying to kill noble people. And so she
Real.
finds this like connector who's supposed to help her change her identity and go to like live her life as someone new. And she ends up going to date him, but maybe he's not who he says he is. And she does get sick on the mountain, and he takes care of her.
No, it's the other way.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
taking care of him now.
She gets sick when they're in the mansion, and he takes care of her then. But then when they're
Who
traveling
owns the
on
mansion?
mountain, well, you have to find that out.
Because then if it's her, it'd be a womansion.
No, it's not her.
Oh, so is it a mansion or a womansion?
It's a mansion.
Oh.
But thanks for asking. Michael, I want you to tell me about this story.
Soul Food, 98 episodes, slice of life, heartwarming. Characters, Ruth Azazel. It's about demons because they're eating souls. Man stumbles in. How did I get here? Omelet? Not a word I expected to see. Reading it with the rest of the thing. Omelet wife made it. Night delicious. Okay. This guy goes to hell after eating a poisoned omelet.
No. Soul Food is a series on Webtoon.
Hold on, let me take a second, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy breaks up with his wife after she makes a bad tasting omelet. I don't like eggs. How do you make a bad omelet? And starts going to a new restaurant where he meets Ruth Azazel, who is...
Those are two separate people.
Why are they written like that if they're two separate people?
Let me see. Because I knew, and that's the only person that needed to know.
Zaz.
Ruth and Azazel work in a restaurant in the afterlife, and their
Ruth
entire goal...
and Azazel.
Yes, Ruth and Azazel.
Not Ruth Azazel.
Yes.
For the record, they're written Ruth Azazel right next to each other like you'd write somebody's name.
Yeah, that is true.
I do think it'd be weird if your name was Ruth Azazel and you went by Zaz. That would be weird. I'll give you that much.
So they work in a restaurant in the afterlife, and their entire goal is to bring people peace. And so as people are passing on, there's a lot of confusion. They don't know how they got there. And so they have a restaurant called Soul Food that helps to recreate a meal that they had previously. And it brings back their memories, and they're able to like peacefully pass on. And so the first customer that comes in doesn't really know how he got there, but he's describing this food that he had. And so they recreate it, and it's an omelet. And they were like, oh, is it delicious? And he's like, no, it's terrible. But my wife made bad omelets, and I loved her anyways. And I just really wanted to taste her omelet again. So, yes. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want you to tell me which of all of the webcomics that you talked about today you're the most thankful for.
Honestly, Steel Neck's got to keep going. Godzilla Black Mass feels really good. The art style's really interesting. The story's really interesting. The concept's really interesting. I'm excited to see where he goes. I'm excited to see more of Reed. I'm excited to see more of the characters grow. Shigeru Serizawa is an interesting take. The Oxygen Destroyer, as presented there, is really neat. I doubt he'll ever hear about this, but when you guys post it, I'll go on Twitter. I'll post a link and say, hey, some guy's talking about you on here, and it's just me.
You know what? You should do that.
I didn't get to talk about Black Mass this time, but I talked about it a little bit last time.
And you do love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. Read Godzilla Black Mass. It's only on Tumblr right now, but you can find it on Twitter too.
Yeah. And you probably should.
You should. Godzilla's really cool.
Michael is like the Godzilla expert.
No,
so
I just really like Godzilla.
if he's saying it's good, it's probably good.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that you were here. I'm so happy to have you. I'm very thankful for you.
I'm thankful
And
for
for
you
you.
guys.
We're holding
Holding hands
hands
again.
Again, like
How do we
creeps.
end up here?
Every time. But I'm also just super thankful for the podcast. It's so fun recording with you guys and in general and talking about all the stuff that we love and hearing about the webcomics from a fresh point of view
Yeah.
that maybe you don't love so much, but that's okay.
I didn't get to talk about the parts of Godzilla Natural Disasters that I really liked. I didn't get to talk a lot about
You
Godzilla
did talk about onomatopoeias a lot.
I didn't get to talk about Godzilla Black Mass, which I really enjoy.
You'll have to come back.
Oh no, how terrible.
Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.